What up, everyone? Check out my sketchbook right here. Let's get this started. I don't think I'm exerting enough energy. Why do I sound lifeless? I'm not like this in real life, I promise everyone. It's actually the sketchbook that I bought this year. Not the one that I used to have before, or the ones that I used to have before. It's actually a new sketchbook. So I'll just be showing you guys a sneak peek into my doodles. The doodles that I have so far. Alright guys, so now on the right we have a drawing of some guy who's muscular, standing, being scarred on his face. It was actually inspired by Radio Orton when I looked at his image. I just thought, hey, let me make things cool. And right here we have some perspective sketches, including vanishing points and whatever. Because whenever I practice drawing, I give myself 3 months to master a fundamental. I wouldn't say master, but just to improve it rather. 3 months, basically like 90 days to refine my skills. For now I'm focusing on dynamic perspective. That's why you can see that most of the pages within my sketchbook have these dynamic angles of characters or objects within a certain sketch of mine. Yeah, I drew this on, I think on the 16th of October, if I'm not mistaken, a month ago. It was when I started with dynamic perspective, when I started taking it seriously rather. Just drew a guy in a room and I was like, oh, small room that I'm in. And these are the drawings that I made looking at random objects. Right here you have some more dynamic doodles featuring characters of myself and some of which I took inspiration from. Right here we have the first drawing that I made with my left hand. I think it's one of the first because I'm trying to also challenge myself to draw with my left hand. Right here we have characters from a story that I was working on. I just stopped working on it recently. I don't know why. I think it's because of laziness. It has to be because of laziness. I even have the synopsis right here. In a world where artists respawn as RPG characters of the death, the MC strives to stop the forces behind this virtual world to save artists and humanity overall. I didn't even spell the word save properly. But anyways, this is supposed to be death, a parody of death within that story. Let's move on to the next page. Right here we have scenarios of my characters. Whenever I come up with a story or I have a story in mind, I draw scenes or scenarios of where my characters would be and how their facial expressions would be like, to have a more deeper understanding of my characters. And right there was supposed to be the first panel of the comic. But I ended up not doing it. Because yes, that's what happens as an artist sometimes. You have a plan and then you end up not executing it. And I think that needs to be stopped. I don't think that's normal. You shouldn't take it as a normal thing, fellow artists. You should defeat that habit. That is clearly negative. And this we have characters that I sketched out that have athletic props on them. When I decided to research sports and what kind of outfits they wear, I realized that they actually wear unique designs as clothing or outfits, which I found really cool. That's why I decided to sketch it out within my books. And here it's a story that I made featuring this other guy who was demotivated to draw, and Goku just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't explain why Goku came out of nowhere, but the character actually drew Goku a long time ago, and then because of his passion of art, Goku decided to become alive due to that spark within him. Yeah. Drawing, I think I draw every day. No, I don't think that's normal, but I still normal. Right here we have more dynamic perspective sketches. Some I used reference, some I didn't. But looking at the fact that I'm still new to dynamic perspective, I am going to make it a goal to rely on more reference images than my own imagination, just until I get the hang of it. It's crazy how, as an artist, you were able to tell instantly which drawings were drawn out using reference and using imagination. It's just, you can just tell instantly. I don't know how that works, but it is how it is. Like, it's just the way things are for the typical artist. Then right here we have more dynamic perspective sketches, or perspective in general. I want to exaggerate my perspective so that more depth can be imbued, or the illusion of depth can be imbued within my drawings. I don't want my drawings to be flat. I'm just sick and tired of that. And that concludes my doodle so far. I'm planning on filling this sketchbook probably by the end of the year, so that you guys can be able to see more of my drawings. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.